Welcome to another edition of the Sports One. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port here on a Wednesday.
That's right,
it's
dude.
Barnes, it's Tony, it's Michael in the vicinity. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, dude. It's a very special day, I believe, right?
It is?
I think it's your birthday, Brian. Oh, my God, dude. The Yankees win for your birthday. Judge is healthy. Is there any better gift you could get, dude?
Honestly, no. Watching last night in complete horror, watching him get hit in the hand and just like couldn't fall asleep till I saw the news. But I luckily, right before I did fall asleep, I saw that he himself announced that he was okay.
Which is great.
And that completely changed everything, because without Aaron Judge, I mean, everything is completely different. Everything we've been working for. Thank God, Tony, that we don't have to worry about that today, because we saw, Mookie Betts miss 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And, you were thinking the same thing, even though, there was a little optimism just because Betts right away, so much pain and had to leave the game right away.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas Judge actually stayed in the field for a half inning, then came out before his at bat. So everybody was like, nervous or whatever. Everyone's saying it's not a good sign, not a good sign. Pinch hit Trent Grisham. But luckily, they make that announcement. And you know what was funny? The first sign I got that everything was going to be okay, I'm watching the Yankee post game. And Todd Frazier, it's funny. We kind of like made fun of him. Like he's kind of a little ridiculous, this and that. But the first thing he said is, I could tell by the way Aaron Boone talked about the situation that he already knew at that point that there was no fracture, that the MRI didn't show anything, and that was evidently the case. So a sigh of relief, and not to spoil a great day, because not only is today my birthday, but today is the return of Garrett Cole making his season debut. So it's just crazy to think that we've made it this far into the baseball season, and Garrett Cole has not thrown one pitch, but he's going to be jacked up tonight at Yankee Stadium. I'll see you at the stadium today, brother. I'm sure emotions are going to be high, because not only did Judge get hit yesterday in the hand, but so did Gleyber Torres, who was able to stay in the game. So the Orioles going up and in, you saw, Nestor with a brushback pitch, but didn't hit Gunnar Henderson. But I'm sure there'll be more of that today. And we'll talk about it. But let's just say people were fired up, Tony. Emotions were high last night.
Yeah, like you said, it should be interesting, to see what happens today. And I guess, for Judge, it was good to hear from him too, because you never know, especially with the Yankees, how they kind of downplay injuries, and all of a sudden somebody's out for 6 weeks, so it was great to hear from him too. So that was dope, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot to get to, but let's start with the comments early and often here.
Yeah, a few that I'm sure you'll enjoy more than others. Top of the show, of course, we have Kev Dew.
Let's go!
He wants the smoke, and he's getting it in fantasy baseball, let me tell you. He says, how ironic that the Mets win again, and I'm working in the building that Steve Cohen lives in. Yankees dodged a bullet with Judge, hashtag TC, hashtag DTV, hashtag SportsPort. Definitely dodged a bullet. Kev, if you want to drop that address in the comments as well, I could probably meet you at that building. Matthew Gabriel in the house saying, let's go. Says, Barnes, happy birthday, hermano.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
And then Matthew says, Kev, we know you were all hoping for Judge's downfall, you bastard. LOL, he says, but not so fast, muchacho.
Yeah, exactly, Kev. Take it easy, buddy.
And then Kev clapping back here says, Matty G, and yes, and no Judge, great player, like to see him play, but yes, want the downfall of the evil empire, referring to the New York Yankees, dude.
This is what we're talking about. Don't be Dan Grassa, Kev. You're better than that.
Right? Well, speaking of him being bad, because just 2 weeks ago, people were counting the Mets down and out. They are playing good ball now, and it all started with the split in London against the Phillies. Says, talk your shit. I'm a diehard fan, not a bandwagon fan. I don't know who he's referring to as a bandwagon fan.
I think just in general, he's saying like people pop out of the woodworks. But listen, like I said yesterday, nice streak, but a lot of baseball to be played.
Yeah, a lot of baseball to be played for the Mets too. You know, a lot to improve upon. You know, if they do, want to continue this run here. Says you'll find no bandwagon bandwagon here, my friend.
That's my guy.
Do what you got to do over there in Queens. We'll keep rocking and rolling in the Bronx, big boy. And then Josh B in here says, "Yo, what is up, fam? Yanks back on track. Fucking hitting Judge. Hashtag TCS Sports DTV." And then they're hyped for each other. Matthew Gabriel, get on Kev Do for me, bro. Ha 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 ha. Josh B saying, "Don't forget about him." Kev Do with the finger. And we have a happy birthday, Brian, from Josh B. And a happy
brother
birthday, Yankee boy.
It's funny that he had to sink that in there. But you know what? Really, if you think about it, like it comes off like it's some type of dig. But really, I mean, it's not. You know what I mean? Because obviously I'm all about the Yankees. Like, what's there to be insulted by?
You are a Yankee boy.
I guess maybe the boy part is just a little.
The Yankee man?
I mean, it has a little better ring to it, right? Right?
Yeah, no, it does.
Yeah, so a bunch to get to. I want to start with some golf. So first, before we get to previewing Connecticut's very own, the Travelers Championship tomorrow, just wanted to talk about, and I teased it a little bit with you before the show. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been talking about how I just can't seem to get over the hump, on the course where, good shots, but then these terrible sequences, these terrible holes where it just kills the round. And yesterday, everything was clicking. And I was talking about to you, when we last played, I had shot an 80, the four of us. And I think the best score since then was maybe I had 185 and an 87, but other than that, nothing even in the 80s. 82 yesterday, 40 on the front nine. And how about this on the front nine, Tony? 7 out of 9 holes parred. So I don't know if I've ever done that before. Of course, the other 2 holes, though, had to be 2 doubles. So that's why it was a 4 over 40. So I was so excited about that. And the difference was, besides, of course, that I think the whole time I lost 1 ball.
Really?
But the difference was the putting. Just made every putt inside of 10 feet. Everything was going. The greens are rolling really fast.
Are you trying to call out Rory right now? What's going on?
I think if Rory was putting again at Brennan, he would have similar success. So a great front nine, back nine, not as great. 3 pars on the back, but only 1 double bogey, and then everything else was a bogey. Parred the last 2 out of 3. So 42 on the back. And got a good pairing as well, which is nice because, remember I was saying, I had that tight family last week and stuff. So you just never know what you're going to get. I'm looking forward to getting another opportunity out on the course today. So who knows? Maybe we could finally eclipse, Tony, that 80 and maybe get that 79. Who knows?
Are you feeling it today?
Yes. The only thing that's hesitation, and it's almost maybe I'm too in my head with law of averages, but I'm almost tight in a way that was yesterday, because now that I'm playing with a few people, now it's how can I follow up yesterday? But anything is possible. I think we've all seen that.
Who'd you golf with yesterday?
No, yesterday I just went off by myself, but today.
And you didn't get paired up with anyone?
No, remember there was 2 random guys that were there, but they were cool. And just a good vibe the whole time.
That's good.
It might have actually picked up a lead. This guy was saying he's going to call me for some windows, give him a card. So, that worked out.
Just like that, dude.
That worked out nicely. And then, today, going with Ree, Pooch, and Benny. So they're already fired up. We were texting in a group chat before.
Wow. So you got to have your wits about you, dude, today.
Yeah, no.
Pressure's on.
Pressure's on, but like I said, yesterday definitely felt pretty good. Yeah. Blister aside, though, that's the only thing that probably should tape that up, but we'll see if we can get to that.
But you can overcome that, dude. This is basically a U.S. Open today, dude. This is it.
More or less. So, a lot to talk about in the world of sports. What I wanted to start out with, is the Travelers Championship. Like we said, that's going to get underway tomorrow. The last signature event of this PGA Tour season. And since 1984, it's been at the same course, TPC at River Highlands. The tournament started in 1952. And we obviously know, Rory with the WD earlier this week.
Tough, dude.
Other than that, though, every golfer you can imagine is in this field. So obviously, we're really excited about that. And I know they made some changes to the course. I'm not sure exactly what, but because there were some complaints about how this is too easy for the professionals. I mean, Keegan Bradley was 23 under par last year when he won, I believe, a tournament record 257. And it's going to be the same price this year, $20 million purse, 3.6 to the winner. So you love to see that. So I think the guys are going to be fired up, and you could tell too, the players, they love playing this course, due to the relative ease that they have out there, the high temperatures. It was a scorcher last year, going to be a scorcher this year. And you look historically, that scoring has always been there. Xander in 2022, 19 under par. Harris English in 2021, 13 under. DJ in 2020 at 19 under. Ches Reavie, 17 under, 19. Bubba Watson, his third. He won in 2018 at 17 under par. So just to give you an example, everybody, well under par. So I think, this will set up to be, a great tournament. And kind of curious what you think here. I know, there's only certain things they could do, and they don't want to downgrade certain events because they're in between big events. So they go with signature event Memorial, US Open, another signature event. And like I said, I know what they're trying to do, but I have to say, I don't like that. I think it's too much in a short period of time. And now we just have the FedEx Cup playoffs left to look forward to. What do you think about them going these three big events in a row here?
I mean, obviously, because we're in the middle of it, I think it's great. I mean, right now, there's some great golf, but I guess you're right, because now after this, there's really, like you said, only the FedEx, I guess, to really look forward to. But I mean, I don't know what would the other option be? Have Travelers later towards the end of the year? Or?
Just really, I mean, anytime. I'm just saying I like some space, in between. And I just think, that's why Rory had to withdraw. And then also too, like,
he could have golfed, dude.
Oh, he could have, but he's weak, and we know that, obviously. But also too, like, and I think, Scotty winning the Memorial. Is it not easy to argue, Tony, that maybe took him out of contention for the U.S. Open, because that's a tough course. He had to grind that out and then to jump right into a U.S. Open, and now he's going to play the Travelers, which is easy. I mean, at least if you flip-flopped it would have been a nice warm-up, but I feel like having that tournament that's so tough the week before is challenging on the players.
Yeah, I think so. I would be interested to see too how, like, what the players think.
Yeah, and I think he said he usually likes taking the week off the week before.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
And this year he didn't, obviously.
Yeah. So, it'd be interesting to see, how he does this week, and, who's going to be at the end of the day hoisting the trophy. And you look at, our official world golf rankings starting from the top. You got Scotty, Xander, who's the third ranked golfer. Ludwig is fourth. Wyndham is fifth. Victor is sixth. Colin is seventh. Patrick Cantley is eighth. And then you have Harman at 11, Matsuyama at 12, Fleetwood at 13, Thagala at 14, Homa at 15, and then last year's champ Keegan Bradley at 17, which is kind of funny because it seems like he hasn't had a good year. So I'm almost surprised that he's ranked this high, and obviously was left off the Ryder Cup team. But and I saw some article too on PGAtour.com, and they were saying, that they wouldn't be surprised if he has success, at this tournament again. I just think that, I guess he played well at the US Open, whatever. But
tied for 32.
Right. But I guess just meaning, like, I was thinking he's going to miss the cut, you know what I mean? And, like, cause he had some really bad performances before that. So yeah, I think too, back-to-back tournament wins are tough unless you're Scotty Scheffler or somebody talented.
Yeah, I think so. And even I feel like last year too. I mean, Keegan Bradley was a little bit of a long shot. I feel like last year, right?
Exactly. You went into it thinking the Schefflers, the Morikawas, the McIlroys, that they had a really good shot to win this. Obviously, they didn't. So all of that being said, Tony, what are your thoughts on a winner here and a sleeper for your Travelers Championship?
I know, dude. I mean, I'm looking at this pool here of players, and I don't know, dude. I hate to go chalk, but I find it hard to believe that anyone other than Scotty Scheffler was winning this tournament, to be honest.
Really?
I think hands down. And even honestly, you telling me too, that Norman takes the week off before the US Open to prepare, didn't perform, obviously didn't win the US Open, which is obviously what he was going for. And I want to say he's gonna come back this week. The vengeance, knows this course. He's in Connecticut. I think he's gonna come back with some type of vengeance, like I said. So I think it's gonna be Scotty Scheffler. Score!
Oh my God. Imagine if we were still Tony.
I can't.
It's tough.
Dude.
Are you scarred, honestly? Like, it's like you have trauma.
No, literally, dude.
Yeah.
Literally.
It really is crazy.
I know you said that obviously the changes to the course, though, you mentioned.
I maybe try looking it up. But I thought I heard something about a hole being shortened, which I understand. I don't understand how that would help, but I'm guessing maybe slopes of green, grown out rough. There has to be something that they did, because I know that was a big sticking point.
And while the course was made worse by redesign. Interesting. Oh no, CT Insider, huh?
They're really doing that, huh?
Yeah, they're blowing it. Hold on. Xander Schauffele had some hot takes. This was yesterday on why courses can be made worse by a redesign. Schauffele figure was a pre-tournament. Hot on Tuesday pressers changed after last year's tournament. Prominent players like Rory criticized the sub 6,900 yard layout for its Rory criticized it for lack of difficulty. Suggestion that technological advancements had passed this course by. Interesting. Competitive enhancements. Just trying to cater to modern golf. Anytime you turn a par 5 into par 4, it makes the hole worse because the hole was designed to be a par 5. Then you're hitting a 4-iron into it. Long history, Travelers Championships, for anything as a course, add holes, newly built thing, including research bunker project in 2016. Did all that. Still not hard enough. Interesting, dude. I'm trying to find anything. Travel Championship DFS picks, perfect spot for Patrick Cantley. This guy says, yeah, okay. 7 days ago, changes have been made to the Travelers. All right, here we go. I made changes to 6 holes on TPC River Highlands here. Golf course, we'll have Travelers Championship. Let's see, record 23 under par, 2023. Right, Rory says it's obsolete, which is ironic. He's not golfing this tournament now. Gary Young, shot link, dissuade players from taking shorter routes to certain holes. Wait, hold on, sorry. We do a deep dive into that data. We're always looking on whether or not bunkering is still relevant, add additional features. With a focus on maintaining the character of the course from an architectural standpoint, the changes were intended to alter angles rather than adding distance. We like the fact that it's somewhere in the vicinity of 6,900 yards for a golf course. And we like the fact that it still holds up being a shorter course. So it's a golf course that people of all talents can enjoy. Work in late September, finishing touches came in early December. Everything was good. So it looks
like just different angles.
Yeah, really. So probably just like changing where the whole, like where the pin is. Oh yeah, the tee box too.
The pin locations. So yeah, kind of what I had imagined. So we'll see.
Oh wow, they actually break it down per hole. So now the fairway on hole 1, longer landing area, trying to create an equal fairway with of course a spectrum of distance. Narrowed it up from both right to left. Narrow the fairway on 6. Move the tee to the right on hole 9. That's kind of crazy.
I mean,
hole
so
11, short par 3, shrunk the size of the green and added deep swales.
I mean, that's gonna do something.
Absolutely, dude. So Rory can honestly like kick rocks is right, literally. And that's bullshit, dude. You're gonna make comments like that last year, and then you're not gonna play this course.
Yeah,
this tournament, dude. Weak,
we've
dude.
Known that, and that's why he balked on the divorce. Obviously, doesn't have stones.
There we go, dude. That green looks nice right there. The bunkers and the water.
No,
wow.
I really would love to play there. But so you said Scheffler to win.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we
did. What was the score? Score?
I'm gonna say it's still within the vicinity of like a 19 under.
19 under.
19
okay.
under. We'll say
and then
that.
who is the sleeper?
I know I keep going with Tony Finau,
but he's not a sleeper after tied third at the U.S. Open.
I know he's not a sleeper anymore. He's ranked 19 right now. Let's look at the odds here. Kitayama could be good.
Kurt.
Lucas Glover, no thank you. Nick Dunlap, Seamus Powers, Jake Knapp. Yeah, I guess give me Kurt.
All right.
Kitayama, why not, dude? I mean, listen, you want to look at this guy, his past few results. I feel like he's been somewhat in the field of like coming in close, no?
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at his last. I got cut at the U.S. Open.
2 big events.
PGA is what I was thinking of, I guess.
PGA.
Tied
Masters,
for 26.
I mean, you made the cut. I mean,
yeah, that was big.
Players top 20. I mean, so there's been stuff sprinkled. Top 10 at the Phoenix.
Yeah, potential, dude.
Yeah.
Potential to be a sleeper.
But it's all about execution.
So let's go. The 31-year-old from Chico, California, dude, is my sleeper pick.
All right.
I'd say if he wins it, I mean, he's going to be somewhere around, I would say still like 18, 17 under.
Taking a complete shot in the dark here. Max Homa. Haven't heard from him in a while. For the winner.
Wow.
I just think he's due. He's a talented golfer. I know he's a West Coast guy. This is an East Coast tournament.
That's Riley's guy.
But I think he's due. And then sleeper, Ricky Fowler. So going with Riley's guy, Michael's guy. And again, I just think, we haven't heard from him in a while. Renaissance season last year, disappointing start to this year. So I think he's due. So I'm really excited to watch this one. And we'll get Nance on the call with Trevor Immelman. So really looking forward to watching this and seeing how the changes, change the results here. If they do it all, or if we still get the same level of scoring that we've gotten last year and in the subsequent years. But that being said, Tony, if we could go to the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it, Tony. Yep. And Alonso cracks one. The Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drove deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
All right. So a lot to digest from last night. 2 New York wins, which of course we love to see. But before we do that, a lighter note, but a life well-lived. Willie Mays passing away last night at the age of 93. So the Hall of Fame outfielder, a 24-time All-Star, which is hard to fathom these days. Yeah. And I know they had a couple All-Star games per season at one point, but nevertheless, that's a lot of accomplishment. He won the World Series with the Giants in 54. That year, he also won the NL MVP as well as 1965. He was the Rookie of the Year in 51, a 12-time Gold Glover, which is, again, an outstanding statistic. Basically, too, I know, you think about that catch, of course, but, you think about his 666 home runs or 660 home runs. So the fact that he had 12 Gold Gloves, was a batting champ in 54, led the National League in home runs, 55, 62, 64, and 65, and led the NL in stolen bases. I didn't even know he stole that many bases. He also had the rare feat of hitting 4 homers in one game, in 1961. So obviously just a legend of the game. And you saw support for him, his family pouring out last night. Barry Bonds usually doesn't talk to the media. Willie was his godfather. So he had some nice words to say about him as well. But I think it's as simple as saying, Tony, and, you see this a lot from previous generations, but they just don't make them the way that like how Willie Mays was. He was really one of a kind.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually during the Met game last night, actually Keith had some very fine words about Willie growing up in the Bay Area, in Willie's kind of, I guess, like heyday, you could say. Said he used to go to games, and no matter what game you go to, I mean, that guy would be doing something like pretty like intense, like something crazy, whether it be a catch or home run or stealing bags. Like he was a complete 5-tool player. And like you said too, he said, they don't really make him like that anymore. Someone with such, electricity for the game. And of course, I mean, listen, we're looking at this career here, 23 years. That's all the proof is in the pudding right there, dude.
Yeah.
Crazy. And it is like you said, I think you put it really well. A life certainly lived well.
Oh my God.
Like, amazing.
And how often too, because of course everybody knows the talent that Willie Mays has. I mean, you look at just the statistics, they all pop off the page. Like I said, the 660 home runs, the lifetime batting average, I believe, of 301. And then the hits were what, 3293, is that?
3293. Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a lot of hits as well.
Yeah.
But how often do someone's statistics match the person that they are? And I feel like Willie Mays is one of those guys that you didn't hear one person say one bad thing about. And that is a true judgment of character.
Yeah. No, that is great, dude. And it's the baseball world will definitely be missing him. While celebrating him, his numbers were tied up in the rafters at Citi Field. So
yeah, was it one season or what?
Two seasons with the Mets. Yeah,
didn't really do much, but I'm sure leadership wise, was a big force there.
Oh yeah,
in the 72 and 73 season, and it looks like they gave him the honor of being an
all-star
73, which I didn't realize back then they did stuff like that. How they did to Miguel Cabrera and Albert Pujols a few years ago.
Yeah, no, I didn't realize that either. But it's nice, certainly deserving, certainly.
So yeah, just wanted to mention that, and I was talking about 2 New York wins, starting with the Yankees here, their 51st win of the season last night, 4-2 over the Orioles. Nestor Cortez got the win, and he's been outstanding at home this year, and really gave the Yankees what they needed, and things just. Even though, obviously you knew you were okay going to this game, you had such a sour taste in your mouth, coming off an off day, coming off a Sunday night baseball, game where you were completely embarrassed on national television with those 9 stolen bases. And like I suggested, luckily they paired Nestor with Austin Wells behind the plate. And you look at Nestor, 6 innings, 5 hits, 6 strikeouts. And in terms of stolen bases, only 1. Mateo in the his 12th of the year, off of Tonkin and Wells, but they also picked off Julio Urias. So it was nice to see that running game get shut down, and the Yankee offense, only 6 hits here, but 4 runs, and got them when they counted, and got them early, and often. You had Anthony Volpe in the 2nd inning with a single to score Austin Wells, who had a double, advancing LeMahieu to 2nd. Giancarlo Stanton had a single to score Aaron Judge, which made it 2-0. And then Gleyber Torres hit a sac fly, which made it 3-0. And in that 3rd inning, Aaron Judge was hit in the hand, by the Orioles starter Suarez there. And stayed in the game, but obviously didn't look good. You saw him, struggling to grip the trainer's hand. So there was a lot of concern about that. And he stays in for a half inning in the field, but then they pinch hit Trent Grisham, starting, a lot of emotion, a lot of concern about Judge, what's going on, this and that. And also what I love to see, guys really standing up for their teammates. And I don't know if you saw this. Verdugo, yes. Basically told one of the Orioles that he's going to basically kill him. I mean, to paraphrase, right?
No, I think 2 of them, right? He was like, hey, I'm going to fuck you up, and then I'm going to fuck that guy up.
Yeah.
It was actually hilarious.
So it's interesting because, we talk about, he's decent, but he's not like an all-star player. But you really see his presence, and you saw it in this game. You saw the guys rally around Judge. So you love to see that. In the 5th inning, DJ LeMahieu with a sac fly to make it 4-0. And the Yankee bullpen doing a great job, in relief of Nestor. You had scoreless innings from Mike Tonkin, who's been lights out since that little snafu in his debut in Milwaukee. Luke Weaver with a clean inning, which was nice to see. Clay Holmes does give up a 2-run homer to Santander in the 9th. But that was the only runs for the Orioles, and that was the final margin, 4-2. So the Yankees, snapping that 2-game losing streak here and starting off this series with the Orioles on a winning note, which is really what they wanted to do, since losing 3 out of 4 to them in Baltimore earlier this year. And obviously the big thing here is that Judge is okay. Obviously a lot of comparisons were made to what happened with Betts recently, the 6 to 8 weeks. All these thoughts are coming in your head. And the fact that Aaron Judge himself broke the news after the game, you love to see that, because when that happened in the moment, I mean, it was pure panic for me. It was hard to just even sit there because I just needed to know, what's the deal here? Are we looking at something long term? Thank God we're not. Because also, kind of low key, the Yankees have had some injuries flare up here. We talked about Rizzo, how much time he's going to miss yesterday. And then yesterday, they also, last night, placed Cody Petit, who had made a couple starts in place of Clark Schmidt. So they sent him to the injured list. Ian Hamilton is going to miss a lot of time with the lat strain as well. So those are two guys that, they're going to have to replace. But obviously the whole focus here is that Judge is okay. And it was nice to see Ben Rice, who, got called up from AAA, have his first career hit. He seemed pumped up to be there. And it's nice to see the Yankees, giving these prospects a try.
Yeah, and I saw that hit too. That hit was, it was a nice contact, dude. It was a high four-seamer, and he was able to get his hands around it quick. So we'll have to see that from Rice. And like you said, having Judge remain healthy is huge. And it's funny, you bring up the Rizzo injury, because I feel like since Rizzo's been hurt, there's been a lot of talks, of the Yankees trying to go out there and get a first baseman. Obviously, Alonso's name has been, I feel like, brought up a lot in conversation for the Yankees. I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like I've never really seen the Mets and the Yankees have like a blockbuster trade.
Yeah, nobody to his caliber.
No, nothing like that. But what do you think, dude?
To be honest, and this kind of like applies for like somebody like Stanton as well. I feel like, I was actually just talking to the people on the golf course yesterday about this, because they're like, "Oh, you got Stanton, and I'm like, to be honest, like, Stanton, yeah, he has some home runs. A lot of times, they're when the game is not in question. But instead of Stanton, and then the same applies for Alonso, I'd rather just have somebody who makes contact. You know what I mean? I just I understand Pete Alonso, that great home run strength, but I feel like we have enough of that. And if Ben Rice, even if he has, mediocre power, but he's hitting 275 and playing a decent first base, that's all we need. And he had some pop in the minors, so he is a guy that could hit 20 home runs. But I don't think we need the 50 home run potential of Alonso, especially if he's going to hit 220, 230. You want to limit those type of guys with batting averages on your team.
So you don't even wouldn't even want to pursue him.
I mean, unless you're telling me that.
I mean, you're gonna have to give up.
No, but that's it. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, Spencer, no. You know what I mean? It's like, there's no way that I'm handing a prospect that we believe in to the Mets. It's just not going to happen, especially because we wouldn't re-sign him. So let's see what Ben Rice does here. Let's see if DJ LeMahieu possibly, picks it up and can be the answer at third. How does Oswaldo Cabrera do? So let's go through the eternal options, and then I think we'll settle for somebody else instead of Alonso. And do you agree with me when you put on your Yankee cap here for a second, Tony, that it just doesn't make sense to give up, not only to give up a lot for Alonso, but to add somebody with high strikeout, low batting average to this team?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's what I would want to get away from, is that high strikeouts. And I mean, yes, if you do get Alonso, I mean, you are getting power. You're getting someone who I think will, thrive in the environment that the Yankees have right now in that clubhouse. And you're going to get a very solid first baseman. I mean, I think people forget how long Alonso has come from his rookie year in terms of his defense. I mean, he really is. He's a very good first baseman now, which is great. So you would have to give up a lot for him. And yeah, for that reason, I would be very tentative. But I mean, I don't know. I'm a little surprised. I feel like, I feel like, you're not as of a vindictive Yankee boy right now, Brian, because I feel like imagine, Yankees get Alonso at the deadline, win the World Series with Alonso. Like, how crazy would that be, dude?
Yeah, that would be. But I just think, like I said, I want guys.
You're sacrificing the future.
Well, yeah, and then also, but I need someone in the playoffs that's not going to be prone to striking out a lot and is going to make contact. And I feel like there's just too much swing and miss for me with Alonso.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So it was nice to get that win. The Yankees have an opportunity to win the series tonight, and I mentioned Garrett Cole making his season debut tonight.
Kind of crazy.
Up against Cade Povich, Tony, who has only pitched 11 innings this year and has a 4.76. Yankees minus 170 for the game tonight. So, just looking to build on that win and really have some energy here. Not only the fact that Judge is okay, but I think, just to be a little fired up to say, we're not going to stand for this. You can't be throwing up and into our guys. And I would not be surprised if, who knows if they actually hit him, but if there's at the very least, especially the intense guy that Garrett Cole is, and we know he is, that if he has at least several brush back pitches.
Yeah, it's actually a very, very interesting game for Cole to make his debut.
Step right into it.
Not only you're stepping right into it with the Orioles, who have a solid lineup, but then there's also, there's all this commotion going on with players getting hit. So it should be a very interesting scenario here for Cole. But hey, I mean, Cole's won a World Series, like he's a professional. I'm sure he's going to be totally fine in the mound here. But definitely, a little bit of a challenge up for him with the Orioles lineup, Michael. So you better watch out.
But he knows Cole's going to be fine. He's a legend. He knows it. Like, there's just nothing to even talk about. It's not like he's on the Mets. But
that really has nothing to do with anything.
Oh, yeah. I was going to mention this before we get to the Mets. And yes, they won again. Great comeback win, all of that. But Dan Garassa really needs to be just taken off the air. And I know he was on DNR this morning. I didn't even listen to it. I can't listen to it. He's a joke. But the fact that you are a New York sports radio host and you're retweeting a tweet that shows Judge getting injured, and then you just say OH after it, like you're trying to troll the Yankees. Like, are you fucking kidding? Like, I mean, I've never seen something so immature and just it's not a good look. It really is not a good look. And it just shows how pathetic, some Mets fans can be to search for something like that. I mean, Tony, the biggest Mets fan that there is, would never even think of doing such a thing.
I mean, you never really hope for an injury,
but I'm saying, but also you're a radio host and you're doing that. Like, you're not a 12-year-old child.
Right. No, yeah, you're very right. You're very right.
And the fact too that he ducks his head at these events, it really is getting to me, honestly.
Yeah, that is tough that he is not going to be at the beach bash.
Yeah. Because literally he would not stand a chance in the debate against me.
And I'm sorry, but also not for nothing. Like, isn't that like the biggest event ESPN radio has every year?
No, I got a lot going on. Like, you have a lot going on. Nobody even knows who you are, Dan. So what are you doing? like really though, it's not. I'm not going to stop with this. Like, he is a pathetic joke, Tony.
We were saying last night, they're so bad they need two people at whatever 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Larry and
His show,
Damer on, so funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? Yeah.
So funny.
Complete joke. You know what I was confused about? I saw a tweet from him yesterday, though. He said, for the rest of the summer, I'm going to be on with DNR or something. I don't know if you guys.
No, he tweeted that yesterday?
I'm actually going to pull up the tweet.
Yeah, see what I got here. Dan Grasso. But what do you mean? Like he's call in like once a week or something?
It made it seem like he's going to be on the show the whole summer, which doesn't make any sense. Starting tomorrow, we'll be waking up early for the summer with the DNR gang. Talk to you all at 6. Starting tomorrow, we'll be waking up early for the summer. I don't.
Yeah, does that mean like every day for the summer?
And then somebody says, I hope this is a menage a trois situation and not a fill-in for a missing host all summer. How much vacation can these two guys get?
Oh, wow, dude.
And then someone else says, I heard you say this early on the radio. Did I miss the memo? Are you joining the two of them or filling in?
Yeah, it's a great question, Brian D.
Oh, okay. No, you know what it is? I think what it is that they're going to be flip-flopping vacations. So it's kind of surprised, Rick and Dave taking that much vacation. Like that they're going to, not both of them are going to be together. Do they always do that? Because I do remember something like that where there's like...
Wait, they're both taking vacation?
For the rest of the summer, supposedly, at different times? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I've never really... I feel like last year there was a good week where it was just Grasso on the show.
And then Josh says, Dan covers for Rick and Dave the AM of the Beach Bash. Well, nobody's listening to that show.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
No,
We'll
like
be,
you're not
yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like I'll let some stuff go. Like he's not getting away with this, honestly. Especially like the insanity of what he said after I called in, like making up that I said something about Snell, talking about Yankee PJs. Like, bro, you like you have to get it together. Honestly, like you're going nowhere. Yeah.
That would be sick. What we at the beach bash, you know?
And then Josh says they do it every summer,
Yeah,
unfortunately. So, oh my god. I mean, does that not just say it all for you, Michael? Wow.
Oh, he's a
Tony.
Rutgers guy. Interesting. I didn't know he went to Rutgers.
Makes sense.
New
They don't win
Jersey.
anything, right?
They don't win anything. I wonder where. I don't even know where he's from, dude. Dan Grossa bio. Come on, dude. ESPN Radio is tough with the bios.
I feel like when Tony said, "I wonder where he's from," dude, I was expecting you to be like, "Who cares, dude?"
I grew up in Jersey.
Jersey.
Yeah, Jersey native.
Yeah. Holy. So yeah. Yeah. No. Tony was the one actually, because I initially said I liked him, and then I heard the nonsense that he was saying, and it's like, no, get the hell out of here. But anyway, I did allude to this, Tony. Mets, another victory. Is it 7 in a row?
It is 7 in a row.
In a
dude.
comeback where they down 6-2.
Yeah, gee, I think in the 5th inning is when Sevy kind of blew up. They were down 6-2. They had a huge inning, I think, in the 8th. But nonetheless, dude, to get started here, and it's very interesting, on this, win streak that the Mets have. It did start, 7 games ago, as we said. But it's interesting, dude. You had Grimace throw out a first pitch.
I saw the purple thing, but what the hell is that?
Grimace?
Yes.
Grimace is a character from McDonald's. He's a McDonald's character, and he's. Oh, that's what he represents. Your taste buds. He's like Ronald McDonald's best friend.
Okay, so
back in the day when they had the McDonald's playpen with all the Hamburglar, the Hamburglar.
I mean, I heard somebody say Hamburglar, but I don't know who that is.
Oh wow, okay, yeah. So back in the day, McDonald's had a whole marketing campaign with Ron McDonald and his the Hamburglar, Grimace, whatever, the Big Macs.
Yeah. And
I actually don't even know why they had Grimace specifically. Do you know why they had Grimace out there? No, it wasn't I have no idea why.
But have we not
I'm saying that he threw out the first pitch at this Mets game, Michael.
But also, though, before this recent thing, because I saw some things last couple of days about this, has no one heard from him in 15 years? He's not been mentioned? Is this just being brought back into the limelight now?
I mean, to be honest, yeah, dude. I haven't seen.
But did McDonald's start doing commercials? Okay.
Last year,
Gotcha.
yeah. But I feel again, random why Grimace was out there. But he literally this guy dressed up as Grimace throughout this first pitch, and then all of a sudden now you're seeing the Mets, win some games. Not that it has obviously anything to do with anything.
So the first game,
that's when he threw out the first pitch.
Okay, but then has there been anything else with him at Citi Field after that, or no?
No.
So that's just
it's a coincidence.
AI. No, because people are sharing stuff on Twitter. That's why I was asking. That showed the Grimace in the outfield. I think it was a joke instead of the Big Apple.
Right. No, yeah, they haven't done that. Obviously, there's been, but people now obviously are catching on to it. Some guy was at the game last night in a Grimace hoodie and stuff like that.
Okay, gotcha.
It's just a little fun thing. They even, they're asking the players, "Oh, what do you think about the whole Grimace thing?" Whatever. Which obviously, one really has nothing to do with the other. It's just kind of this thing that people are attaching to, which is fine, whatever.
Also, a couple from Jay. He says, "Happy birthday, Brian. Were you golfing today?" Not yet, Jay, but we'll be out there. And then is he being?
I don't know, dude.
I don't even know what to say about that. I don't know if he's kidding.
I mean, I guess so. I mean, Grimace isn't a person, so it's not a human. He's 53. His birthday was recently, I guess.
I don't get how could he be 53?
Because literally, the concept of Ron McDonald and Grimace was,
But
I guess that.
I know I'm very negative with stuff like this, but I don't know nothing about this. But is this not stupid? Am I missing something?
I mean, yeah, it's just a marketing thing.
But I'm saying, especially people are adults, people our age talking about this. I understand maybe the little kid gets riled for this, but why would we care?
Well, no, I mean the only reason we're caring is because the Mets are on a 7-game win streak since then.
But you're not concerned that because remember they got all riled about the trumpets, and then there was a downfall. That this is something similar.
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's not like they're doing well. It's not like they're have 50 wins and Grimace throw the first pitch, and then they go on a tear again, and then it goes downfall.
I think they have the best chance. Josh B wants to know if we see hot take Johnny and Grimace.
What?
I think that's what he means.
Josh B just commented, "Do you see hot take Johnny?" And he's laughing. I don't know,
But that's what he means.
I guess so. In Grimace,
Yeah.
I don't think it was like Grimace at all.
I don't know.
what that
I don't look at the TCA.
Look at the
chat
TCA
picture.
chat picture. Oh, are you on that one, Brian?
Wait, but is it Discord?
I would imagine it's the Twitter.
Oh, it's
chat.
Twitter.
He's
that's
all over the Grimace fad. Oh, I did notice he changed the profile picture or the chat picture, I should say. Jay Birdo says McDonald's got cold feet last year. They were good, but then changed the marketing to his birthday.
I don't know. I don't know if Jay's drinking or what.
Dude, listen, I'm pretty sure today's Lily's birthday too. I could be wrong.
Oh, cool. Well, happy birthday, Lily. If that's the case.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, Lily. But I mean, at this point, I think it's 6:00 in England.
Yeah.
Definitely hitting the sauce. Okay.
And I know I'm gonna get some backlash from this. Michael will understand what I'm saying with this, but I think the Mets kind of go the fans kind of pathetic. Like, could you imagine the Yankees partnering with something like that? Like, that's embarrassing. Like, that's not. I don't know. I don't know why you'd want to partner up with that. That's like saying the Yankees are partnering up with Barney. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
What do you have against Barney?
They don't go together. So I'm saying, so why? I don't like.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it works. I don't know.
It works.
7-0 since the Grimace first pitch.
But that's oh my god. This is the stuff. Like, I don't look for it, but this is the stuff that gets to me.
I think you are looking for it though.
No, it comes to me. Like, did I ask the Grimace to throw out the first pitch?
I don't know, but you're
like I guarantee Dan Gross is big on this. Guarantee it. Oh yeah.
You seem pretty big on Dan Gross right now. I don't know, man.
Putting him to rest. Yeah, he needs to be silenced. Okay.
I think Jay's really losing it, dude.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's just
we gotta get off this topic, dude. We gotta get the fuck out of here, man. This is crazy. Fucking Jay Bird.
God.
All right, dude. So what was I talking? Oh, yeah, the Mets. That's right. The actual fucking game here. So Luis Severino, on the bump here against Michael Lorenzen. So obviously Sevy, being a bright spot, of the Mets rotation this year. We kind of expected maybe a little bit of a lower scoring game in terms of Texas, just because, their offensive definitely struggled. We looked at their batting averages as a team yesterday, not good. And then, of course, with the bats of the Mets, I was kind of thinking high scoring Mets, low scoring Rangers. But we ended up actually getting quite a thriller here. A 7-6 victory by the Mets. Late inning pushes too. Diaz gets his 7th save of the year, which is crazy. Michael getting his 7th donut of the year. Yeah, dude.
It's amazing how filling those are. Like, you think oh yeah, I could eat half a dozen, and then you have 2 and you're so full.
How was the coconut?
Amazing. Wow. But it's donut in. You expect it.
Oh yeah, nothing but greatness.
The coffee
dude.
was so good too.
They're not partnering up with McDonald's.
Yeah.
Even though they're right next door.
I mean, Tony, but in all seriousness, the winning part aside, you really like the
nice
Grimace,
shot, Mike.
You really like the Grimace partnership. Like, I feel like I would be so tight if that was my team.
I mean, I don't
get
know.
This fucking thing out of here.
I mean, I don't really care about I don't really care too much about the first pitch.
Like, you don't think it's embarrassing? Cause this should be at a kid's playpen, not a baseball stadium. What are we doing?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, throw the first pitch. Who the fuck cares?
So goofy and just not I feel like that just shows the Mets aren't serious, honestly. Like, I'm just saying, the Yankees would not have the Grimace ever throw out the first pitch. You want somebody to have to throw out the first pitch? Have Mariano Rivera throw out the first pitch.
Why would the Mets do that?
But I'm saying that's what the Yankees would do, Tony.
I don't know, dude. How I don't know. I can't speak on it. Have the Yankees ever done anything like this before? They must have done some marketing thing. I'm sure every team is sure has done it at some point.
No way. I don't think the Yankees have any type of ties with
anything
with McDonald's.
Like, not even an Elmo out there, maybe in the early 2000s, Jim Henson.
No, because they're not gimmicky. It's all about the Yankees, the brand, the winning, the success. They don't need gimmicks. No.
I don't know.
Continue.
I'll do some research. All right. I got to get to the bottom of this. All right. I'm sure at some point they probably had some type of mascot thrown out at first pitch.
No,
all right.
no.
Yes. Anyway, here, let's go top of the second here. All right. Because the first innings were fine. Sevy, okay. I still feel like maybe he's getting tired. I don't know. Watching him in that first inning, it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. It just seems like a little sluggish right now, which is, I don't know, it's tough. It's always after a good outing too, and I figure his next outing isn't as great, but nonetheless, top of the second here, Mets get the scoring started off here with a Mark Vientos solo shot. Love to see that out of him. Obviously getting the start at third base now, which is very interesting. I'm really interested to see what happens with Brett Beatty, because Brett Beatty is absolutely raking in the minors right now, killing it at the plate. But obviously you're not bringing him up because Vientos is also killing it right now in the majors. So it should be interesting if they move either one of them maybe at the deadline. Who knows? Nonetheless, solo shot gets the Mets on top 1-0. And things look pretty solid to the bottom of the third, where you get Severi to go into a little bit of a jam here. Duran reaches an infield single start out the inning. Taveras flies at the center, so you have one-on-one out. Walks Simeon here on a 10-pitch at bat, really laboring through this one. Multiple foul balls here. Simeon ends up drawing the walk. Next pitch here to Seager, wild pitch. Simeon goes to second. Duran goes to third on that wild pitch by Severino. So again, I think maybe, I don't know. I know it was at the 10-pitch at bat too. So I just think it's fatigue, honestly, for Severino right now. But nonetheless, grounded RBI by Seager makes it 1-1. And then Smith flies out to left. So Sevy gets out of that jam at that point, only limiting the damage to 1 run, which is great. Top of the fifth. You actually have a nice grounded RBI by Brett Beatty. By Harrison Bader, makes it 2-1. And the fifth inning is where Sevy gets into quite a bit of trouble. A leadoff single by Duran. And then actually back-to-back singles because in Tavares singles right after that. Duran goes to second. Simeon does line out. So you have 2 men on, first and second. Actually, I think with the line out, I want to say the runners moved up. At that point, Corey Seager on at the plate here gets an RBI single to left, scoring Duran and Tavares. Oh, and then next at bat here, we have Smith at the plate. First pitch cutter over the middle, 93, kind of hanging. Smith takes it yard to right center field. That's a 3-run dinger, makes it 5-2, just like that. Gets allowed to fly out on his first pitch of the at-bat, but then Langford is up, and on the second pitch of that at-bat, a sinker that didn't sink just enough, Brian, ends up going in the stands by left center field. A solo shot here makes it 6-2. So just like that, the Rangers had a 5-run inning in the fifth. Sevy, again, at that point, just seems fatigued at that point is what I really think it was. You do get a little bit of help, though. A leadoff homer by Brendan Nimmo in the sixth. Nimmo's been killing it, Brian.
It's about time, no?
No, it really is. He's as hot as he's ever been so far right now. 6 for his last 11 at bats, dude, which is great.
What was he doing before? You think just pressing or?
I don't know, dude. I feel like he just wasn't seeing pitches as well because I think he's just from what I saw, he was looking at pitches in. He's
looking for it.
Exactly, dude. Maybe he's just waiting too much for the perfect pitch or just not recognizing the pitches. But now he's swinging and he's actually going back to his old ways. Where he's swinging on like the second pitch at the at bat and just kind of, again,
not seeing it in like Anthony Rizzo.
Definitely like Anthony Rizzo. At that point, 6-3, cover some ground there. Mets do have another run here in the seventh, which I don't understand here. What Seager was thinking, and we're just talking about Seager too having a great glove, great in the infield here. We have runners on second and third here. Actually, I think bases were juiced. Vientos singles, Alvarez singles. Yeah, McNeil strikes out. Game, by the way. Alvarez, I think, has 6 hits in his last 2 games, dude. So he's been absolutely great since he's been back from injury. Yeah, literally, dude. He's just getting started.
Yeah.
Which I think is also a big reason why Mets fans are getting pretty hyped too, because we really haven't seen that all season, honestly. But yeah, Stewart walks. And then in comes David Robertson, Brian.
The legends
pitching here for the Rangers. And Lindor, what should have been a ground out on the first pitch here, ends up turning into a scoring play here as Lindor grounds out to Seager, who just absolutely flubs this throw to first. Ends up bouncing it kind of far off. But anyway, Lindor reaches here to first base. Vientos scores. They do get the one out at second, but they should have been able to turn double play it in the inning. Instead, it's 4-6, which will obviously hurt the Rangers down the stretch here because they end up winning by one here, and that was courtesy of an Alvarez double to center in the top of the 8th off of Robertson as well, scoring Marte and Alonso, who had hits earlier on that inning. And then we also get a little insurance run, or really the leading hit here, actually here, an Alonso double to left, scoring Nimmo Martinez. Top of the 9th too, which was great, giving the Mets a 7-6 lead here, which was awesome. Seeing clutch hits by Alonso and Alvarez with runners in scoring position was great. Literally, I can't tell you how many times I'm looking up and I see Martinez on base, which is so crazy, dude. And then bottom of the 9th, Brian, an Edwin Diaz sighting coming out, dude. I guess you could say that. Give a single to Heim as the leadoff hitter right there. So you're kind of getting nervous. But then Duran grounds out double play, a huge double play. I mean, God, dude, this is probably the game, honestly. Let's be real. And it was a great one, Lindor, right to Alonso, getting out Duran, who's pretty quick too. So that was great. And then Tavares flies out to left to end the game. So great defense, behind Diaz was exactly what he needed to close out the game. Obviously, clutch hitting, scoring early on. Vientos with that hit, which I want to say is his 8th home run. Let's see, where are we? Nimmo 9th, Vientos 6th home run of the year. Nimmo had his 9th. It was just great to see that, dude. 2 out RBIs, 2 from Vientos and Alvarez. Clutch hitting. As I mentioned, the stats, Alvarez is hot. Nimmo is hot right now. Lindor, had an off night, 0 for 5 in the leadoff spot. Obviously, you're not really going to be moving much around, though. Alonso, another big night, too. 2 for 4 with an RBI. I mean, it was an all-around team win here. And again, you can sit there, Brian, and say, hey, it's the Rangers. They're 33-40 now. They really have had no offense. They're still a team that won the World Series. There's a ton of talent on the team, and you're playing them really well. I mean, you took the first 2 games here, so that's huge. And you're getting a lot of clutch hits, which is great, dude. The only one who really isn't hitting is Jeff McNeil.
He never hits,
anymore. Dude. He is he's got to fix his attitude. I think it hands down. It's got to be that. There's probably so much tension, I think, with him and other players. And I think on top of that, he's just that type of guy who just thrives on it and is such in a rut, can't get out. I literally wouldn't be surprised if we see him traded.
Yeah. And it's can you even trade him? That's my question.
I know it would be tough.
I can't. I gotta have one more of these.
Go for it. What flavor are you going? Are you going frosted? Are you a frosted guy?
I
jelly?
Think just because I didn't go frosted, I'm gonna do the pink frosted.
Ooh, the strawberry frosted good. With sprinkles?
Yeah, with sprinkles. Yep.
That's nice, dude. Just as nice as that Met win last night. Obviously, another game tonight.
Big test, though.
Huge test for Sean Manaea, I think.
Well, and I'm skipping ahead.
Go ahead,
and obviously, you want to see Manaea well. Mm-hmm. This series at Wrigley, 2-day games, all good pitchers for the Cubs.
Yeah,
Cubs aren't leading the National League in wins, but they're a solid team. Mm-hmm. You the whole all of America will see you on Sunday Night Baseball. That's the series. They sweep that series, they dominate that series. Then I think you'll have people taking them seriously.
Yeah, because then at that point, you'll be over 500. You'll probably be right there in the wild card spot. Like that is being taken seriously for sure. And I think that's what Mets fans are waiting for. And I think it does start tonight here with Manaea. You need, for Christ's sake, a good outing from Manaea.
He seems like he's Mr. 5 innings though.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's tough, dude. I mean, I want to say his last outing was not good, dude. I think it was 5 innings. Yeah, 5 innings, 1 run in San Diego, which is, I guess, you're laboring through.
Cy Young for him.
But, I mean, you can't give me 6 1/3.
He just doesn't have the control?
It's so crazy, dude. No, he doesn't. He does.
No command of the strike zone.
No command of the strike zone. I feel like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like also too, because his stuff is so hittable.
Mhm.
I feel like he just there's so many foul balls. There's so many like 7 pitch at bats,
And that just kills him.
and it just kills him because then you're going into this 5th inning when you have like 70 pitches thrown, and it's just like, and then you're laboring through that, and you throw another 20 pitch inning in the 5th, and then you're like, all right, like you got 90 pitches. Like, what are you gonna do? You're trying out there for the 6, get popped? Probably not. And it's ridiculous. Dude, look at his start against Arizona. 5 2/3, 10 strikeouts. Like,
Yeah.
come on, dude. Like, so clearly, like he can get there. He just like, figure it out, dude. Like,
Gotta just do it at this point.
you gotta really just do it at this point. I mean, for Christ's sake, dude, the Mets really need it. And I just can't. Obviously, you're pumped for the win last night, but to see a dominant performance from your pitcher. I know you held the Rangers to, I think, 2 runs right the night before.
Yeah.
You need something like that, dude.
Yeah.
All right. And the Rangers offense has been absolute trash. And Omanai is hittable, but you can work around this. Let's get like the 10 Ks. Like, let's go, dude.
And also Heaney, I mean, we say Manai's Mr. 5 innings, Heaney's Mr. 3. So
Yeah.
if the Mets offense is for real, they should have no problem with Andrew Heaney. He's been batting practice this year, that's for sure.
Yeah. And you expect that, to see these hot bats to continue out through tonight, 8:05 p.m. Gonna be a good night, dude.
Yeah.
I think so.
And who else is going to win around the majors tonight? Let's find out in an abbreviated, full-on baseball frenzy.
That is freaking right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the nut. Yeah, there's that freaking topic bar. Let's go. It's hump day around Major League Baseball. Let's go. We were just talking about it as we typically do. The Rangers, 8:05 p.m. Final game of this series. Rangers hoping to avoid the sweep, dude. Manaea, Mr. 5 innings, will go 6 innings tonight, dude. I'll give him 6 innings. I'll give him 9 Ks. I'll give him 3 hits, 1 walk, 2 earned runs. Bullpen maybe gives up another earned run later on, maybe the 7th inning. Maybe Drew Smith comes in. Reed Garrett, though, comes in the 9th, closes it out. 3 up, 3 down, 2 Ks. Dingers, dude, all around here. We've seen quite a few games now where we have multiple batters hitting home runs. Give me Alvarez with a dinger, Alonso with a dinger, and JD Martinez with another dinger. I think there's going to be, offensive explosion for the Mets. Heaney, you said it, Mr. 3 innings. Drop your cup. I would say he goes maybe 5 1/3, 5 earned runs, dude. Nothing good there. Rangers drop this game. Mets continue to go on this win streak. Grimace spotted everywhere around Flushing. Mets win this game. I'll say 7-3. Mets in the over there, Brian. Oh, you need help?
You can hear me, though?
Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, I plugged it back in. I don't know what. Oh, okay. Never mind. Got it.
Oh, good.
It was the cord. Oh,
Yes.
oh. But you said Mets in the over?
Mets in the over, dude.
Yankees in the under.
Wow.
Garrett Cole making a statement in his return to action here in the Bronx. There's
Complete game
definitely going to
shutout?
be a standing out. Not a complete game shutout, but 6 shutout innings, striking out 10. 1 hit allowed, Tony. Couple brushback pitches. Fired up. Let's go. And I think we're going to see Juan Soto hit 2 home runs. He seems to rise for the big games, the big moments. And I think this is a big one after what happened last night with Judge getting hit, with Torres getting hit, Yankees hanging on. So let's go. And I think the Yankees win this game. We're gonna say the complete game shot for the team.
Okay, there we go.
5-0. So Yankees in the under.
Love to see that. Next game here, my number 2 game. We're going to be going to Citizens Bank Park. Very nice park there in Philadelphia as the Phillies take on the Padres. And just like the Mets, the Phillies are going for the sweep here. And who's on the bump here for the Philadelphia? None other than Josh B's former starting pitcher, Ranger Suarez, dude. I'm telling you right now, Josh B, complete game shutout for Suarez. Dealing this year, 10-1 record, 1.77 ERA. I mean, the Padres, who have struggled to score even this series against the Phillies, will continue to struggle to score. As I said, complete game shutout. Phillies win this game. I'll say 5-0. Alec Boehm, riled. Maybe a dinger for him. 305 batting average is crazy for him. Good for him, dude. So give me Phillies and the under Brian.
All right. So Tony goes Phillies and the under.
That's right.
And then for me, just taking a look here, a lot of games to choose from. Just trying to figure out the right spot. And you know what that right spot is?
Braves.
It's the Royals over the A's.
Bobby Witt.
I'll take that any day of the week. Colt Reagans against former Yankee farmhand Luis Medina, who struggled in limited action, 5.87 ERA. And it sounded like I was calling the 180th running of the Kentucky Derby. But I think complete game shutout for the Royals. Reagan, 6 shutout innings. A's did win last night, 7-5. Not going to win tonight. I think this is going to be 6-0 Royals. So the Royals in the under.
So far, we have 3 complete game shutouts here tonight.
Not by the pitchers, by the teams.
Let's see, dude. 3rd game, final game, best game here for me. Oh, wow. Miller starting tonight? Let's go, dude. He's on my fantasy team. I feel like he's been Bobby Miller. I feel like he's been out for a little bit.
Yeah, finally getting back out there.
Oh, shit, dude. All right. Let's see when his last start was. Dude, it has to be like 2 months ago. Maybe even more than that. Last start was April 10th, dude. Just over 2 months ago against Minnesota. 4 innings, 2 earned runs. Kind of tough there. Struggled with the injury, obviously, here. But nonetheless, he said his shoulder will be all fine. Returning to the lineup, let's go against the Rockies, which, I mean, you may think, I'm sure if Brian, Bobby Miller, back from the IR, Coors Field, the home run.
Gonna get hammered.
Oh, God, but it's my fantasy team, dude. I can't do it. I'm picking with the fantasy team. Give me the Dodgers winning this game. Again, I took the Dodgers yesterday, so I guess I am doubling down. And, of course, the Dodgers did win yesterday 11-9, just like I said they would. 3rd game of the set. Give me Bobby Miller. Give me 6 innings out of him. 3 earned runs. Solid outing out of him, let's say. Dodgers go on to win this game. I'll say, I don't know, 6-4, which is the Dodgers, and just at the under there, Bobby Miller.
Just a little under. All right, so I am going to go 3rd game, final game, Cardinals over the Marlins. And you look at this matchup, you know, the series has tied 1-1. Marlins won 9-8. Cards won first game 7-6. I think another tight one, but the Cards pull it out 3-2. Walk-off home run, Paul Goldschmidt. Not walk-off, though, because we're on the road. So go-ahead homer in the 9th inning, Tony, before slamming the door. So it's the Cardinals, and it's the under. Just like that, that is your baseball frenzy. So a lot of action out there on the diamond.
So many games out there, dude.
So many games. So let's run back the New York wins, and let's go to the world of the National Hockey League.
Here he comes. McDavid shoots. Top shelf. He scores. Captain with the overtime winner. That's the nail. That's a world-class hit right here. Tomsky stepping. Rink made the full split save.
Are you kidding me?
Turn. Side of the net. Between the legs, and they score. Filthy. David Pastrnak. The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
All right. So against all odds,
Renee, is in the house, dude.
Some type of surprise.
Oh no!
Thanks for that.
Oh,
I feel like I'm like a little nervous right now. Don't know what's in here. What we got? Let's see. All right. So
he's a little nervous
here.
Oh, the card.
The card. Card's always very important. Oh, wrong side. Okay. Wow. A lot of messages here.
4 people.
Oh man, that's a funny one, Tony. But honestly, loved everybody's messages, and it's just funny. I feel like everybody was so not serious, but just not in the joking tone. And then Tony just goes full joking tone, which is great. Because I kind of say that about him. So.
Yeah.
What's that? a little diversity. So no, thank you guys. That was very nice of you. And let's see.
Oh boy,
what is in here? Let's see what we got. Wait, so what? oh, manana. Wow.
Manana.
That took a second. Wow. No, because I knew there was something I was supposed to get here, but let's try this out. I like this. And we will see you
Manana.
I love this. Let's go. I feel like this has to make its debut on the course today.
Oh wow, let's freaking go, dude.
100%.
People be talking about that hat.
This is dope.
Yeah, that's right. Move over, Josh
Austin,
B.
Texas too. Surfing company.
Wow.
I feel like I'm kind of due to make my surfing debut too.
Think so? You can wear that
Does
hat?
anybody here surf or not?
Sometimes.
We'll get you there.
Yeah, sometimes.
No, thank you guys. I love this.
Hell yeah, dude.
Dude, I don't have like I feel like anything with this color scheme.
Yeah, that looks great, dude.
Dude, thanks guys. I appreciate it.
I wonder what Lonnie's gonna say about the hat, dude.
Yeah, I'm actually curious what Lonnie's gonna say.
That's a sticker.
Oh.
Look.
Oh.
This is like a really nice manana.
Oh my god, how cool that is, dude.
Oh, okay.
Manana.
Well, I mean, you don't
Wow.
have any stickers in your laptop.
Manana.
Wow. No, but I will do this. Could you always do the assistants? No, this is dope. Honestly, I really have never had a hat with this color brim.
Dude, that is
You know?
sick, dude.
It looks
Yeah.
really nice.
Your captain speaking.
That is so
No, thanks,
funny.
guys. I really appreciate it.
Oh, dude, that looks great. That hat.
Yeah,
Very
no,
cool.
I'm really proud for this. I guess I can put this in here. Paper. All right. Renee is sorting out the sticker.
Tough sticker, huh?
Tough
Oh,
sticker.
there it is.
But we got it.
Wow, look how good that
Oh, it's like
sticker is.
clear around it too. That's so cool.
Wait, I gotta show the
Let's
fans.
see.
It says
Let's see it.
That looks so cool.
That is.
Should I go
dope.
on top?
Yeah. God.
Okay, should I put it on top or the bottom?
Bottom.
Okay. A lot of pressure here.
The finishing touches.
Wow.
Thank God Renee reminded me about the sticker because I definitely would have thrown it out. That is dope.
Wow, that looks
Wow,
so
dude.
awesome.
Let's go.
That is dope.
And like when you see it in the same frame as the
Mhm.
hat, like that's pretty cool.
Wow.
Honestly.
Manana,
One
dude.
time setting the
Love it.
Manana.
Great. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so that was a nice surprise for sure. Thank you guys. So what I was getting to here.
Microphone, Brian.
Oh, good call. Good call. Sorry about that, guys. But what I was getting to here was the fact that the Oilers have forced a game 6 in Edmonton, really against all odds. This series had sweep all over it. They dominate game 4 in Edmonton, and then last night grinding out a game 5 victory in Florida. I just really didn't see it coming. Led 1-0 after the first period and kind of really controlled the game from there on out. You look at the scoring summary. Brown had his second on a shorty. So that was it for the first period. You go to the second period. Hyman, 2 minutes in, a power play, made it 2-0. McDavid, his 7th.
There we go.
Made it 3-0 5 minutes in. Kachuk answered with his 6th goal of the postseason. That made it 3-1. But Corey Perry extending it to 4-1 before Evan Rodriguez, 12 minutes into the second, makes it 4-2. Ekman Larson makes it 4-3, 4 minutes into the third period. So they kind of have to sweat it out. And then Connor McDavid, 2nd goal of the game, an empty netter, 5-3, cementing this one for the Oilers. Are we about to witness history, Tony?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think there's 4 teams. I think that has come back down 3-0 in a cup final.
And they all lost game 7?
Only the Maple Leafs from like 1942 did it.
They won. They came back from 3-0-1.
They came back from 3-0-1.
Wow. In the final. I didn't know that.
Yeah, in the cup final. Yeah, the Maple Leafs have done it. And I feel like I think it was the other teams like the Red Wings, the Devils, and then I want to say like I don't know, maybe something like the Blues or something. Or maybe the Oilers will be the fourth team to do it. Doesn't matter. I don't know. It's tough, dude. We watched this whole game last night after Binge Buddies here at the studio. And I mean, it definitely was a different feel to it. You know, like this is obviously the first time the Oilers have won in Florida. And it just seemed like from the get-go that for the first time, at least anyway, the Panthers weren't really playing their game. You know, we've talked so much about this postseason when the Panthers come in, they play their game.
They're
no
ready
one
to go.
Exactly. No one can really defend it, you know, where it seems that every time their opponent was kind of chasing them, it seemed like for the first time we saw Edmonton have control, I guess, of the pace of this game, you know. And I think that was a big reason why you saw so much scoring earlier on. And of course, you know, McDavid having 2 goals and 2 assists. I think I haven't said that in a while, honestly. McDavid with 2 goals in this game. I think it was his first goal of the finals. I think.
Oh wow, I didn't realize that. I just saw 8th overall. You technically 2.
I'd have to double check that, but nonetheless, dude, probably too. Also, one of the biggest things is the Oilers seem to have figured out a way to score in the power play. You know, the Panthers penalty kill, which was so good. I think they were 41 of 45 on the penalty kill or whatever it was. I mean, hey, Oilers 2 power play goals last night, and that's right there as your deciding factor of this 2-goal game. Again, actually, no, sorry, he did have a goal against Florida before this game. McDavid did, but nonetheless, dude, it does seem like that the Oilers are starting to figure out a game plan against the Panthers. And I think the Panthers need to come out there. Obviously, they need to make their adjustments here for game 6. I know it's tough because the tides are starting to turn, you know, game 6 in Edmonton. Not that I guess that's mattered before because Florida took one in Edmonton. But it's tough, dude. It does make you start to think now because, you know, like we said, the Panthers just seem so indestructible. Bobrovsky seemed like someone you could never get to. And now all of a sudden, you know, Bobrovsky, you know, that McDavid goal, he kind of squeaked it past Bobrovsky's skate, you know, didn't really fortify that edge of the net there. So Bobrovsky, a couple of mistakes, the defense, a couple of mistakes. But, you know, at the end of the day, I still will think the Panthers, I still will say, I believe, I know the Panthers are going to win this one. They're not going to lose the next 2 games. And you know what, dude? They almost fucking pulled it off last night. If it wasn't for a couple of dumb penalties, they probably would have won this game, to be honest. And I think that was maybe a little nervousness coming from the Panthers, just because, you know, I mean, the Panthers were here before, you know, they were here even, you know, so much as a year ago, dude. So I think, you know, I think the Panthers kind of realized, you know, they kind of came back in this game a little bit, you know, twice. They were down by 3 goals, you know, and they can put it, and then they put it within 1 twice. But again, like there was always some penalty. I feel like that kind of bogged down their momentum. And unfortunately, you know, a couple of them ended up with giving up goals during the penalty kill. So I don't know, dude. I think if I'm the Panthers, I mean, you gotta stay disciplined. 6 power play opportunities. I think the Oilers were 2 for 6 in the power play. I can double check that. It was either 2 for 6, 2 for 5, or something like that. Yeah, 2 for 5 in the power play. Dude, you can't be going on the power play 5 times.
No.
I understand that a lot of guys are skating past you. There was one slashing call. I forget who was on. Maybe Kachuk, maybe Bennett. Doesn't matter. But a slashing call McDavid because he blew past whatever defender. And it's like shit like that you can't do. You know, I understand like you're getting beat on the edge. Maybe you can try to do whatever you want, like do whatever you can to save, you know, from there to be a goal or a significant shooting opportunity on Bobrovsky. You can't be doing that, dude. Because then what? Then McDavid's gonna do that all freaking night. Right. He's just gonna use his feet, skate past you, and force a penalty. You gotta stay disciplined. You gotta stay back. You know, maybe try playing the puck a little bit more with McDavid. It's gonna be tough, dude. I mean, I feel like every time McDavid has the puck, you know, it's hard to play his body because he's so fast. He's faster than everyone else on the ice. Like, there's no doubt about that. So, in terms of that type of, I guess, strategy, I mean, it's discipline, dude. Discipline. Figure out your penalty kill a little bit better because, I mean, odds are there's going to be an opportunity where the Oilers are on the penalty kill. And then conversely for you, you were over 3 in the penalty kill, which I know Edmonton's been great, but you have to figure out a way to score. You know, like it's kind of crazy actually. Like watching this game, the back and forth. I really thought Florida was going to pull it out, dude, especially after that third period goal by Ekman Larson. To make it a 4-3 game. That was 4 minutes of the period. They had 16 minutes to play with. And I'm telling you, dude, did you see Kachuk save that empty net goal, by the way, which David ended up scoring, I guess, but that was probably one of their most ridiculous saves I've ever seen on an empty net. So, regardless, dude, the Panthers have that grit. They're probably going to win the next game in Edmonton, which is cool. But yeah, I don't think I'm reading too much into this.
So basically you're saying Florida wins game 6.
I think Florida wins game 6. They tighten it up on the penalty kill. Bobrovsky, it goes back to what he was looking like, honestly, in game 1 and game 2.
And this is kind of half a dumb thing to say because obviously one result, it happens by default. But I think winner of the game on Friday, game 6, wins the series. So if Florida lets Edmonton get to a game 7, I think they're going to blow it. They have to take care of business in game 6,
which is crazy to say that. But I think you're right on that one. I think, they do have to take care of business here. I think they will. It's very interesting. I mean, I don't know if you heard McDavid talk about it though, but he was saying how it does, I guess, take a while for them to figure out certain penalty kills that they face. So I guess maybe clearly they're making their adjustments. But I'm still confident in Paul Maurice and the gang in Florida to kind of, figure this one out, dude.
So yeah, I will agree with you, but back of my mind, I do have the question in my mind that, are we seeing the start of a historic comeback, by, led by, a Hall of Fame player and Connor McDavid?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I don't think so, but I guess time will tell.
Would be crazy to see though. And I mean, I don't know. I don't buy into the whole, if Florida wins, we lost the champs. No, I'm not rooting for Florida. Let's go Edmonton. And I think you'd be rooting for the other team too if it was any other team but Edmonton, right? Or no?
It depends. I mean, probably, yeah.
Yeah, right. I mean, more or less, Tony.
I mean, again, if it was like teams out of the West, like Dallas, even Winnipeg, Colorado.
Yeah, you'd be all on that.
LA.
Exactly. So listen, we'll find out what happens on Friday night. But other than that, a couple on the way out here. Josh B saying, I say this respectfully because the movie is a GOAT movie, but it's a Smalls hat. I love it. So Smalls from the Sandlot. Kind of funny, right? That I know what he's talking about. I think that's what he means, right? Isn't there only one Smalls?
I think so. Yes. Yeah. There's definitely,
Biggie.
Dude. It's a Smalls hat, meaning it's like, it's not a baseball hat. Like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
Sort of deal. Yeah.
A hat. Matt Ryan says Panthers will win the Stanley Cup.
How about that?
Tony agrees with. I agree with. So no controversy there. Josh B says whoever 91 was on Florida give up on the play.
I think it's Lindell.
Michael Butka giving you something here.
Finally, dude.
Yes. Mets are on fire. ESPN, TNT, not NHL channels. Stanley Cup doesn't feel like the Stanley Cup anymore. There's no hockey without Doc. So the announcers at the forefront of it for Michael Butka.
Did you see what I tagged you on Twitter?
Yes. I mean, it's true. It's true.
Dude, Doc was
legend.
something else, dude. He really
Josh B says yes, Sandlot Smalls, and Matthew Ryan, last one. Mets are lucky. So listen,
whatever, Matt.
Guess we'll see what happens, right?
Yeah, we will. I mean, they're gonna sweep tonight, dude.
Let's see if they can take care of business. He says not good team. And I was just gonna ask you, is there a gaming corner tonight?
That is correct, dude.
What do we got?
Michael and I are going original Xbox, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, which is gonna be dope. Would probably be set up in the VHS corner out there, which would be interesting. A little change of scenery for the folks at home, dude. Over there. Yeah, hopefully, dude. Some ventilation
blowing right on you.
Oh yeah, definitely, dude. So it should be fun, dude. I'm actually curious to see what Xbox games we have. I know, like predominantly, I think we have like sport, like NBA Street, NFL Street, which should be dope, dude.
Yeah.
I definitely played like Madden 03 over there too with the freaking dude with the training camp drills, dude, with the little pads.
No, I swear to God, like nothing will ever be better than that. Especially mini games, sports games. You can't top it.
Hours you're there.
I guess Derby you could argue is great, but especially for like any other sport, I have to say, other than the Derby, that's number one in my mind.
No, I think you're totally right.
So stay tuned for that. What time are we starting?
Let's say 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
p.m. Dude,
Michael,
tonight.
Tony, Mano, Imano.
That's right, dude.
So definitely check that out.
Matthew Ryan, stay tuned. All right.
Yes, we expect you there, Matthew.
That's right, dude.
And then Josh B says Kev donated an Xbox One to him. I mean, well, that works.
Dude, that's
right?
freaking
That plays
awesome,
out.
dude.
That plays out. Definitely.
I have to get a Xbox Live subscription, dude.
Yeah.
Put it online.
Yeah, cross-platform, MLB.
Yeah.
But that being said, another great show in the books, and we really appreciate everybody tuned in and continues to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay in costume, the merch at downtimetv.com. We want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games, enjoy Gaming Corner.
That's right.
Let's
go,
go
Mets.
Yankees, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.